Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the Milk Makeup Primer. Now I've seen quite a few people try this out. There's quite a mixed opinion on whether people like it or hate it. Like I think you're either one or the other. I don't know like the reasons why they don't like it really. Like I know it just doesn't work for some people. Now I have extremely dry skin, so I'm really picky with primers because usually most of the time they don't work for me. Now this is a hydrating primer, so you've got to use it with foundations that are water based and not for like silicone primers. There's like a difference. So I'm going to be using it, the YSL All Hours foundation. Yeah, so literally this is just going to be my base today. I usually use the Farsali Unicorn Elixir and the Too Faced Prime Poreless. So say we're just using this. Now I've got really pory skin, so I was a bit apprehensive when switching primers because when you find that perfect primer for you, it's really hard to transition to anything else, especially when you've got big pores. So let me tell you a bit about this primer first of all. Okay, so this is the Milk Makeup Hydrogrip Primer. This is the full size one. It is in 45ml. I believe you can get a 10ml. Yeah, so you can get a 10ml as well. So it says screaming at your face to literally quite get a grip, which you'll see in a second if it does or not. Let us introduce you to the Milk Makeup All New Hydrogrip Primer. Packaged in their quintessential packaging, the green tint to it liquid primer will effortlessly add deep hydration. It boosts aloe water, cherry blossom, hyaluronic acid and vitamin Bs while forming an invisible velcro exquisite layer that grips your makeup like its life depends on it. Just give it a minute to fully absorb before makeup to activate turbo grip mode. Woohoo. So yeah, that is what Court Beauty say about it. So I've heard really mixed opinions. As I said, you either will love it or hate it. I'm not sure how it is obviously with oily skin because I've got very dry skin with like patches of combination skin, let's say. I've got weird skin. So in the UK this retails for £27. I'm not sure, it'll probably be the same in dollars roughly. But yeah, I thought let me just get the full size version. I think based on what I've seen so far, as it's like a hydro primer, it will work really well on my skin, given the hydration it actually needs. But yeah, let's just get into it and see what it's going to be like. I'm really intrigued to see. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start applying the primer now and see what I think. I've never actually, oh, you guys see, it's got like a green tint to it and it feels like kind of like jelly, so I haven't actually tried a primer like this before, and it just smells like fresh, I don't know how to say, like fresh makeup, you know, like moisturizer. Let me zoom you guys out a bit just so I can show you me putting it on. So this is going to be really interesting because I usually use the Too Faced Prime Poreless and the Farsali Unicorn Elixir, and that like makes my skin look so good. I know Too Faced have like discontinued their primer, so I'm trying to find something else basically that's similar. So if you guys know anything, let me know down below. This actually feels really nice. It's a hydrating primer and not a silicone based primer, so I'm wondering if it has the same sort of blurring effects as what I'm used to. So it just feels sticky, so it feels like my makeup's going to go really well on it. And obviously I'm going to use a foundation that is for a hydrating primer and not a silicone primer. And I'll show you after like the finished look. So I'm putting quite a bit on because I don't really know how much to use because it does feel like a moisturiser, but it's going really tacky into my skin. It feels like, I don't know, I can feel it like tacking on my skin, if that makes any sense at all. Face feels really sticky. Look, can you guys see that? Like, okay. It hasn't really blurred anything, so that's gonna be fun, but it is quite sticky. And it has made my skin feel really smooth. So I'm gonna go put my makeup on and show you guys like how it looks afterwards with everything on. I'm literally just gonna put my foundation and my makeup products on. I'm not gonna use any other primer, and this is the only like base product I'm gonna wear. So yeah, I'll be right back. So I've just finished my makeup. When I was putting my foundation on, I was actually amazed that it does have like a layer that it like, it's almost like a mask that it dries down into, but not like a mask. I don't know how to describe it, but it basically just, it didn't blur my pores, but it filled them a bit, if you know what I mean. So it has done pretty much, wow, it actually looks really good. Yeah, I'll zoom you guys in so you can see for yourself my skin. You guys know what my skin's like. So it has hidden my pores quite well, I do have to say. The only thing I did find is it did emphasize the little bumps I have on my forehead, which my other primer doesn't, but it was just on my forehead, so I got a bit confused by that. But yeah, it actually looks really nice. My makeup applied really smoothly. I didn't have any problems applying, like it literally blended beautifully, probably better than my normal primer. So yeah, I used my water-based foundation YSL all hours. Make sure you use a water-based foundation like Anastasia or something, otherwise it's not going to work as well. So yeah, this is what we're looking like. I'm going to do a wear test so you guys can see how it looks throughout the day, just to see how long it lasts. I don't want it to just look nice just for like now in front of the camera and then me go about my day and then it looked rubbish at the end. But we're going to find that out together because I've never tried this primer before, so I'm really intrigued to see. So I really am hoping I do like the primer and the finished results and stuff. Like I like it now. I would wear it again now if it stays like this all day. Like I've got setting spray on and stuff, so it should do, fingers crossed. Because Too Faced discontinued the Prime Poreless primer that I absolutely love, so I do need to find a primer that I'm actually gonna wear every day. So yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna do a check-in. I'm gonna go finish getting ready and then I'm gonna come back and do a check-in. It will be in like a couple of hours or so, probably like 5 hours, I don't know. And then we'll do a few more check-ins like throughout the evening, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so this is just one of my check-ins that I'm gonna do. The makeup's been on about 5 hours and it looks really good still. Like it looks actually better than what I'm used to, in my opinion. Like it literally looks like I've pretty much just put it on, which is pretty impressive. So I'm zooming you guys in. This is what my skin is looking like. Doesn't look too bad. We've got a bit of like oiliness, I guess, coming through a little bit, but apart from that it's not actually too bad. Maybe a bit on my nose, it's starting to get a little bit, that's where I've got like a dry spot. Yeah, so we're not looking too bad. Skin is looking really nice, to be fair. My pores actually look really good, like you can't see them really, just like my other primer, so I'm not disappointed at all. Yeah, so I'll give it another couple of hours and then I will do another check-in and see how the makeup's looking. So see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so I'm back for a last time check of the day. It is 11 o'clock here. So I've had my makeup on for 9 hours and this is what my skin's looking like. Excuse my hair. So yeah, it's not too bad. It doesn't look overly different to how I'm used to it looking after that sort of period of time. No touch-ups or anything. So I'm going to show you guys in a sec me powdering my skin just to see if it looks like better or whatever, so see what it looks like after 9-10 hours of just wearing the primer. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and then we're going to powder my skin. So this is what it's looking like. Like it doesn't look anything different to what I'm used to be fair, with my normal primers. My chin has come off a little bit, but I'm always used to my chin like rubbing off. So yeah, overall it looks quite good. It has sunk into my pores a little bit. I think I prefer how my other primer looks after this period of time, but still it's not too bad. It will be like a dupe for me. Yeah, I would still wear this. It still looks really nice. It doesn't make my pores like emphasized or anything. It was just a little bit of dry patch, which you can still see on my forehead. So let's just powder my skin. So I'm just gonna put powder over my skin just to like blot it. Same sort of effect really. Okay, that looks nice and matte again. So this is what my skin looks like now after powdering it. It looks actually quite nice. I could still go out and wear this and it will look fine. Yeah, my skin actually looks okay. I would obviously powder it throughout the day a couple of times just to touch it up. I kind of expected that being a hydrating primer, it would like not get oily, but like have that sort of, you know, shiny effect. Like it doesn't stay matte all day. So it was something that I thought might happen with it on my skin. So I wasn't sure if it would go like just a little bit or a lot, but it's pretty much done the same as my other primer. So I'm pretty happy with the way it looks now. Let me show you guys up close. I always have problems with my chin area, so we're not going to judge that. I think it's because I touch my chin so much that it comes off, but you know, I'm always like this or whatever. It's lasted pretty well and it stayed on pretty well. Like I've done all the stuff I usually would. I wouldn't say it's my favourite primer, but I would say if I didn't have my Too Faced one, I will go and use that one. So I've still got to find something to replace Too Faced exactly, because obviously it's a silicone based primer, which is different to the water based primer, which is the Hydro Primer, because it's different, like the different formula, it's meant for a different foundation. So this is the water one, but overall this is actually quite good. I can see why people rave about it. I know a lot of people really like it, but some people don't. So I was interested to see how it would perform on my skin, and I'm pretty impressed with the results, to be fair. It is a pretty nice primer. It does smooth your skin out and it does keep your makeup on pretty well, as you can see. It just needs a few touch-ups. I also like that it has quite a lot of product in, because usually for this sort of price, it's £27. You usually only get about 30 ml. This is 40 45ml, so I really like that about it as well. If you get the bigger one, there is the 10ml smaller one. So yeah, overall I'm pretty pleased with it. I wouldn't say it's like the best primer I've ever tried, obviously. It's definitely not the worst, and I will be using this in my makeup routine, see how it works with other foundations as well, just to like give it an overall fair trial. But I use this with one of my favourite foundations today just to see how it will perform, because I know the foundation works really, really well. And yeah, I would definitely wear this again. So overall, it's probably about an 8 out of 10 for me. So if you have my sort of skin type, which is like dry to like combination in some areas, like my chin and all that, I would definitely try this. Maybe not for the chin part, but that's just me touching my face. But yeah, I would definitely check it out if you've got dry skin. It is quite hydrating. My forehead is a really dry area of my face, so like here, like between my brows and stuff, so I think that's why it didn't work as well. I needed to like moisturize more or whatever. But overall, if you've got dry skin, I think you'll pretty much like this. Even if you've got big pores like me, it doesn't shrink the appearance, but it sort of fills them by putting like a film over your face. I don't know how to describe it any differently to that, but it doesn't shrink them, but it does like get rid of them, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be trying out a few more primers with you guys to see if I can find my perfect primer, because I still need one to replace the one that's been discontinued. That's my favourite. Let me know if you've tried the primer and what you think of it, or if you'll be picking it up after this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.